the riot at the dog park studios. It's Live with Johnny. And now, here's Johnny.
Good evening. It is Monday, March something. How are you?
Good. I think it's March 21st.
Nobody cares.
It's true.
I know I don't fucking care. No, I do. I care. It's a good day. How's everybody out there? I hope everybody's good and recovering after your St. Patrick's Day shenanigans. Realize as a people in this country, we don't use the word shillelagh quite as often as we should. I don't know what a shillelagh is. Somebody's probably going to answer it for us if we can. And somebody will be like, how do you not know what a shillelagh is? Well, I think I know what a shillelagh is, but I don't want to talk about it live on air. That's our other show. As always, it is Monday night. We are here at the Ride at the Dog Park Studios, as Stephen Wayne said. If you're not checking out the Ride at the Dog Park, you're missing out. Get over to their page after this show, of course. They'll never do it during our show. But they are worth the listen. So go ahead and do that. Michael S. Falcha, Playboy. Oh, boy. The Michael S. Falcha Play Ball Raffle, which is going to help the kids, Little League players in Naugatuck, pay for their registration fees and some equipment and stuff like that. If you're interested, tickets can be purchased at Tuck's Tavern, and you can also inbox Live with Johnny. We got an interesting show tonight. Once again, we've spent hours and hours preparing. We might want to look up the word hours, but we've got much for you tonight. As we've been speaking about recently, I'm getting married in June, and when you get married, there's a thing called a stag party.
I had one of those.
Yeah, but when you got married, there was probably like prohibition and shit, and people couldn't drink, and you probably had they weren't strippers. What are those? What do they call them back then? Like
cabaret dancers.
Cabaret dancers, yeah. With the pasties on and everything. That's how old he is, in case anybody's wondering. But one of my best men, Kevin, we will be calling him at 8:00 tonight. I don't even know the information. I'm getting all the information as you guys get the information. So I'm going to learn about my stag party tonight. We will see what they have in store for us. We also recently broke the news this past Saturday, about our next live remote show. Now, this is very important. And for those of you who may be listening to this show later on in the week and or the evening, it is very important that we all listen to the details of this live. First of all, we're going back to Tuck's Tavern.
What did he call the wings?
Home of the Cajun Butters.
What did he call them? He had a funny...
Oh, as one of the owners of Tuck's Tavern would tell you, that food is dick jerking good.
Dick jerking good.
Oh, he's funny. But those wings are.
Amazing, dude.
Forget about it. I went there for St. Patrick's Day and had the best corned beef and cabbage I've had in my entire life.
Oh, really?
And I had the dinner, so there was some sort of potato. I don't know what they did to the potato, but the potato was unbelievable.
It was a good potato.
I don't know. And they had a side of mustard that I don't know. I'm a complete fat guy. I went with my brother, and he's like stuffing his face. He's like, the mustard. It's the mustard. The woman, he's what'd you spice you put on the corned beef? Food's fucking flying out of his mouth. Speaking of my brother, tonight's show is once again sponsored in its entirety by Field Street Furniture. You want some furniture redone, remade, or brand new, whatever he does over there? All I know is it's nice. It's well-priced and good to go. So make your way over to Field Street Furniture.
Field Street Furniture.
So Tuck's Tavern, we are going to have, and this is very exciting, and this stuff is moving for us. We had Coach Mike Wilson on of the basketball team. We're going to do a live in person at Tuck's Tavern with Coach Chris Anderson, the head football coach, and his staff. And now Tuck's will not be open to the public. So just so everybody's wondering, how do we go? Can we go? Tuck's unfortunately is not open to the public. We're going to do it private event because it's just, when you're doing something live, it's easier to keep it contained that way for sound and blah, blah, blah.
It could get crazy.
It could get crazy.
Yeah.
However, we do have some a couple dignitaries that will be going.
Dignitaries?
I haven't reached out to him yet, but Mayor Pete Hess, I'm going to ask him to attend. We've got a couple other people, and some parents of players are going to be in the crowd, as well as some alumni. So it's going to be very cool. And the coach, Chris Anderson, who I've known for probably 20 years, him and my brother are tight. This is his first, last year was his first year, and people really didn't get to know him, or, because one, COVID was still existing back then, and two, the dude's all football all the time when he's coaching. So it's going to be nice to sit him down, let the town get to know him, because I think he's going to be there for quite a while, and I think he's going to have quite a what's the word I'm looking for? Career. Career was the word I'm looking for.
Complex word.
Yeah, he's gonna have quite the career over there at Norwood High
career.
School with
No,
a Greyhounds guy.
Nice.
So, if you have, what we are going to be doing is, if you have any questions you'd like to ask Coach or his staff, please inbox Live with Johnny or me personally, and we'll try to see if we can get them asked. It's going to be, I'm super stoked about it, because number one, when we do these things, we get a lot of viewers, a lot of people tagging in that don't usually watch our show because they don't want to hear me say the F word 19 times and remind everybody that Kid Rock is a national treasure, which we're going to get to him in a minute. See, I don't tell him when I'm going to talk about Kid Rock, because he'll be like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't do a show tonight.
I don't feel so
But
good,
we're going to get – I got to go.
Got the moments.
So next Monday night. Now, another programming note. We're going to go earlier.
Sorry. Monitor.
Dude's got one job.
It's a monitor.
We are going to
Earlier.
We're going to start earlier than we usually do. Now, usually we start at 7:30 on a Monday night. We are going to start no later than 7, possibly sooner, 6:50-ish, 7-ish. But Kirk Stephanie over here, or Kirk Michael, is it? I forget. Is going to post our countdown to Live with Johnny. So be prepared for that. Be ready to go. And again, if you have any questions for Coach Anderson and or his staff, let us know. Also, I sat with Peter from Tux yesterday, going over some of the things we're going to do. And Peter says, "Hey, any chance at the end I can make a major announcement about Tux?"
Ooh.
Done.
Exclusive.
We're going to have an
love
exclusive
it.
with Tux Tavern on next Monday night, starting at 7-ish. So that's going to be pretty exciting. You excited?
I'm excited for it. Yeah, it's going to be killer.
One thing I did notice on the way over here is this is the first time since we rebooted the podcast, I drove over here and it was light out.
Isn't that strange?
It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. There's no more leaving work at 4 o'clock at night, and it's so dark and cold and ugly, and you just
and they may keep it
want
now.
to drive off a bridge and
Did you
just
see they're voting
smoke
to keep
yourself.
it?
What?
They're voting to keep it, so there's no more change in the clock.
You're interrupting my suicidal thoughts.
Sorry, I was trying to cheer you up.
Christmas.
I was trying to cheer you
Now
up.
I got to do it in the back of the closet with a fifth of whiskey and a sad song all by myself. Thanks a lot, man. No, they did. The Senate or the House or whoever did it, and they're trying to make it. Listen, all the other countries ditched it.
Because it's
It's
not World War II anymore. We can move on.
Speaking of which, World War II, you got me jumping all over the place. My son left for the Navy. He's gone. I got a call today that he's in the Ukraine.
No,
I mean Illinois.
Jesus.
I mean Illinois. So Illinois.
I
It's Illinois.
bought that totally for.
Illinois. You did buy it. It was. I wonder how many other people bought it too. And they're going to go, John, it's really not that funny to make jokes about that. I'm not. Not at all.
He's in Illinois. That's a
I
better place to be in the Ukraine, I think.
not in the winter. Holy moly.
No.
They say that get. I hate. And I don't hate, but when you leave that open up there and it flashes the thing, it just showed a thing where it says Netflix is. No, don't minimize it because sometimes it's shot. No, I get ideas from it. Shut up.
Okay.
It just said that Netflix is going to. It literally said Netflix is trying to find new ways to charge people for sharing their password.
Yeah. Did you hear what they're going to do?
Please tell.
They're going to pop up a thing when you log in, and they're going to say, hey, if you're sharing your password, we'll let you do that for an extra $3.50 a month. So they're asking you to be...
Public service announcement here on Live with Johnny.
They're gonna ask you
If
nicely.
Netflix asks you nicely, would you like to share your password? Click no. Tell them no. Just
say
tell them.
no.
Just tell them no.
You're fine.
Just tell them
you
no.
don't have to be honest there.
You know, there's somebody out there going to go. We've done it enough. It's time.
It's only
time.
$3.50 a month. Let's be honest.
Dan, it's time. Dan,
be
it's
honest.
time. It's time. It's time to pay the piper. Ridiculous. I just lost my train of thought again. But anyway, next Monday night, Tux Tavern. It's going to be pretty fantastic. Are you excited?
I'm
you got to do.
excited.
We're gonna.
We're bringing the whole setup.
I was just gonna say. We're gonna. Last week we lost a little time. We lost a little air. That other time you played some music over me talking. Now we're gonna be over there with.
In my defense, these aren't all me issues. They're just issues.
In your defense, there's no defense. It is all you. There's only one guy in charge of the technical stuff.
Yeah, but internet, Facebook. I can't control this shit, man. Come on. It's Facebook.
This is the guy in front of 3 keyboards and 5 monitors. I can't control this.
You got to talk to Zuck, bro.
I don't know.
Take it up with Zuck.
Joe's saying give him the shillelagh. I think Joe thinks shillelagh means what I think shillelagh means. Last week we had to postpone our interview with Mayor David Cassetti of Ansonia. So tomorrow night we are going to, it won't be live, so don't come looking for it. But tomorrow night we are going to be interviewing Mayor Cassetti, and we will be airing that sometime soon.
Whenever you say.
I booked another band, so we're going to have, excuse me, that's going to be gross. I had some cabbage for dinner. We are going to have 2 more acoustic 2-people bands come in here. Next week, I want to announce the first one, but I'm going to have to talk to the manager to make sure it's all right, because we got to make sure the date is still booked and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So, stag party. Before I get to the KID, the KID, the ROCK. What'd you do at your stag party? Are you allowed to talk about it? Has it been a long enough time now where you can't be incriminated?
It's been so long, I can't even remember. It was at a VFW. There was a lot of card tables, I remember. Cards is always good. There was poker, blackjack.
Mm-hmm. Midget strippers?
Midget throwing contest.
You threw a midget?
You threw the midgets, yeah.
All right.
And that was at raffles and stuff. It was pretty standard. Nothing exciting.
How much did you make? Any money?
Dude, this was 97.
Yeah.
So, I made 2 or 3 grand maybe, but it was a long time.
1997. We got a keg of Red Dog.
Red Dog.
We got some Goldschlager. We went over to the VFW. We smoked like a pack of Lucky Strikes and shit and hung out and played, all of a sudden I lost my train of thought.
You were on a roll, too.
Where'd you go on your honeymoon?
Went to Seattle and Vancouver, Northwest. We had just been to a tropical thing, so we want to do something different.
Okay, but why
Vancouver
Seattle?
was nice. It was the
What did
grunge.
you do? What did you do? Cobain was already dead, so you didn't see him. There was no Kurt Cobain to go see. By that time, Scott Weiland was 75 needles in. He wasn't around.
No, a lot of boats, food, hiking. It was fun back then. I don't know if I'd do it again, but in 97, it was fun. Vancouver was actually better. Vancouver is really nice.
Never been to Canada.
No?
Nope.
You're not missing much. It's fine.
Nope. I heard it's nice, though.
It depends on what part you go to, I guess. It's like anywhere else.
Okay. Well, good talking. You're fucking boring.
Yeah.
But yes, next Monday, super excited. Anyway, Kid Rock. His new album came out today. I listened to it twice today. Twice. 19 songs. I listened to it twice.
All the way through twice?
Twice. I don't usually throw words like this out there. Phenomenal.
Wow, this is also
Shocker, I know.
shocking. Yeah.
Shocker, I know.
This is shocking.
It was pretty phenomenal. It was absolutely it is absolutely phenomenal, I should say. You get a little bit of everything. You get the rock, the rap, the country, the pop. He had just one pop song where it started, and I'm like, this is good. What are you doing? And then all of a sudden, by the second listen, I was all in.
Loved it.
Also, I don't know what's going on upstairs with your 2 dogs, but it sounds like they are absolutely killing each other.
That's the best I could do with the dogs tonight.
Okay, first of all, 2 comments. Ken Stone says John and Amy will be honeymooning at Mohegan's Son.
Not
No.
That's not a bad option, though.
No.
Not a bad option.
No, listen, that's it's not that it's a bad option, but did I ever tell you what our honeymoon is going to be?
No.
We are going to see a minimum on our 2 weeks honeymoon. We are going to see a minimum of 10 baseball stadiums. We're going to go to 10 games at least.
Really?
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, that was her idea.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you know the 10? Do you got it mapped out? Oh, you're just...
If you ever met Amy and I, we fly by the seat of our pants, buddy. Fly by the seat of our pants. We like to go to the grocery store and buy milk that's got to be drank by tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? This way here
Yes.
forces us to do it.
Right. No room for error. You just...
No room for error. We know the milk's got to be drank today. You know what we do? We don't drink the milk. We pour it out, and then whatever.
You get more milk.
And then Craig, my soon-to-be father-in-law, every time I mention Kid Rock, he puts up the pukey faces up on the Facebook.
Yeah, we're losing viewers quick here. Are you done with the Kid Rock thing? It's a little niche, dude. We gotta keep
I
our
don't think so.
focus.
I think the people absolutely 1000% want to hear about it. I'm very excited about my stag party tonight, or to hear about my stag party tonight. He
You know
says,
nothing about it? No, you don't. Nothing.
Nope. So-
Really?
The 3 guys, so I got 6. I got 6 groomsmen. My brother Robert is a best man. My buddy Kevin is a best man. My buddy Dave is a best man. And then my brother Miguel, my son John, and my stepson Jojo are the other 3. So obviously Robert, Kevin, and Dave are in charge of the stag now. I mean, I'm sure Miguel's involved in some way. My son obviously isn't because he's fighting for our country. He's really not. He's in boot camp. He's probably washing a dish that somebody made green beans in.
Cooking some gruel.
Yeah, he's probably in lockdown. Somebody put if anybody's private joker, is that you? Is this me?
The Joker.
Yeah, private joker's probably cleaning the latrine right the fuck now. So Dave, who's an absolute lunatic, sending me shit sending me these videos on Facebook of a guy like walking into the grocery store or Home Depot or something on a Saturday, and his groomsman putting a pillowcase over his head, and then putting him in a car, and the next thing you know, he's in an airport going somewhere and shit. I don't do that. Number one,
don't do that.
I'm like B.A. Baracus from the A-Team. I don't fly.
No flying.
No fly.
No fly zone.
We talked about this last week. I'm
no
not
fly.
flying. So I think it took Kevin and Robert a good month or two to, Dave, that's not what he wants, and Dave's just like, we're gonna be a blanket party. We're gonna throw him in a minivan. We're gonna take him to, New Orleans. And like when they used to, the A-Team used to give B.A. the cheeseburger and he'd eat it, and then he would just wake up in a different state and he's like, "What, you motherfuckers? I pity the fool when I've had out and did that to me. I pity the fool." Excuse me. Another smart ass about Kid Rock. This show's going down fast tonight. Listen.
Read the room.
The thing about Kid Rock is this. Jesus Christ. Everybody loves him. Nobody wants to admit it. It's okay. Go ahead. But yeah, so my brother thought it was very funny to... Matter of fact, I said, dude, I got to know. Like, I got to tell people I work with or other friends. Like, I want to tell people about my stag.
Of course, sell tickets, man.
He thought it was hysterical that I don't know nothing. He thought he goes, we got your wife's number, your soon-to-be wife's number. We'll let her know anything that we think is important. We'll let her make a decision. You don't got to know nothing. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I got plans that day? What if, like, the new season of like whatever comes out, I want to sit on the couch and watch it all day.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what I got going on that day. But yeah, I will find out the information about my stag party live tonight with the rest of you. So it should be interesting.
That should be interesting.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's what I asked for, which is a traditional stag, maybe some casino night, some raffles, a keg of beer, some cards. I don't know, and just at a local joint. and you want to sell a ton of tickets. Like that's the thing. You
that's
want to
the
sell
thing,
a ton
man.
of tickets, have some, what's the typical, the macaroni, the roast beef, the piece of chicken,
trays.
and the salad.
You got to get your trays.
And the rolls. And you got to have the dinner rolls so everybody's good and cocked. They can just start humming across the room at each other. I've never not been to a stag party at a VFW, like you said, or a club or whatever, like, or like American, the Italian club or whatever. It always ends in somebody getting a dinner roll to the back of the dome.
Yep.
So that's where that's what I like. I like that 50-50 raffles, the baba da boops, get a little drunk, and you take it from there. So we'll see. We're gonna call Kevin at 8:00 Eastern Standard, and see what he's up to. Are you watching the? Joe says hookers and cocaine. Well, Joe, we're gonna find out at 8:00. I mean,
I'm okay with both of those.
I would just like everybody to know I'm not in charge. I just sounded like Chris Farley when he did that guy. I'm not in charge. I'm not the quote guy. Remember, he's like, I'm not the man you're looking for.
Air quote guy.
Air quote guy. So that ought to be interesting. Oof. What do we have as far as there was the news story you sent me the other day. I know we were going to do headlines later, but
Which one?
the one you sent to my phone like 2 days ago, yesterday maybe.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, because we were just talking about this exact thing. Listen to this headline, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening in the car and you can't read, I'm going to read it to you. First of all, it says mum. I hate when it says mum, but she's obviously from across the pond there.
Thing.
But it says mom orders $8,000 Uber to Ukraine to help fight after getting drunk. Is that how that ended, right? Because you went after night out. Yeah.
Sorry.
She got an $8,000 Uber to go help fight with the Ukraine after she got drunk. She had a few gin and tonics and shots of Sambuca. And she decided the best way to help the people of Ukraine was to get there herself, resulting in her ordering an Uber to do just that. Now, does this say... Okay, first of all...
She's not bad looking. Is that her...
I mean, she's got crazy eyes, though, so maybe the Ukraine could use her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at her.
Ooh.
She's like, I'm just going to go there. Fuck them up. My boyfriend's in the military, and we were talking about it and had to go. I said, if he goes, I'm going with him. One too many drinks later, we were trying to get a taxi home. Shall we get a taxi and go help them? Are you kidding me?
$8,000.
She really went.
Well, no, the Uber guy tried to run the card and it got insufficient funds. It's 2,700 kilometers. I don't know how many miles that is. What's that? 5,000.
Maybe
miles?
she should have stayed home and fought the war at home. The war of poverty. You want to help the Ukraine, go to work so they don't have to support you. Holy moly. So first of all, let's talk about the Uber driver and the coyones on this dude. He ran the card, which means he was ready to drive.
He was going to do it.
He was
dude.
ready to drive.
Yep.
Hey, you want to go to Ukraine? Now listen, that's being like the equivalent here is because we don't ever have wars here. Knock on wood, thank God.
Thank God.
You know there's going to be a crazy tornado in Oklahoma. I'm going to go there. I want to see the tornado.
I want to get right in the middle of it. I want to be right there.
This dude was going to do it. Like, listen, you get drunk. Everybody's made bad decisions.
It happens.
Drunk.
It's fine, darling.
Right? So this actually is going to go this is actually going to go into the Hall of Fame of bad decisions.
I think so.
Legit war. Like, unfortunately, and we're not trying to make light of the war, but people are dying, and this woman has a gin and tonic and says, you know what the best thing for me to do right now is? Me and my man, we're going to grab an Uber,
We're going
maybe
to
a grenade launcher, we don't know,
see what happens.
and we're going to go over to Ukraine and see if we can help out.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. First of all, I applaud their willingness to help. I will say, though, that's a bad decision because leave that to the professionals.
I mean, there's people that are going to handle that.
Again, I don't know about you. Some of my decisions when I've been drinking, I mean, we can go over them if you want, but I don't know if tonight's tonight.
No, we've all been there. It happens.
I don't want to do it. However, we've got 6 minutes till we call Kev. Kev, if you're watching, we may be a couple minutes late because I want to bring up something that I talked about. Anybody who remembers the old fluffernutter, Johnny, when I first started doing this podcast, eating fluffernutters in my living room. I came up with an idea one night. So I don't know if you remember this even. I used to go into my living room, make a fluffernutter, but then it started on Saturday nights, and I would start drinking peanut butter whiskey, get live on Facebook, and start talking and chatting with people, and then like doing FaceTimes and Google Duos and all these things and doing shots of people. Cool as hell, all great. But one night we came up a subject, somebody said something about their crazy ex or something.
Okay.
I, in my half-drunken thought process, came up with a great idea. And yesterday, I was actually, when I was at Tux talking to Peter, one of their employees came out, and he was talking about how all of his ex-girlfriends are cuckoo crazy and started telling stories. And, like, some of them were actually pretty great. But I'm not going to tell his business here. When we're going to go back, and I'm going to have you clip it. I'll find it, but you'll clip it. Mm-hmm. I came on air and created something called the Lunatic Log, which would be like a Wikipedia for new daters.
Okay.
Right? So say, a girl meets Jimmy Johnson, and she's like, all right, she goes to our site, the Lunatic Log, and Jimmy Johnson. Now, every girl who's ever dated Jimmy Johnson can go ahead and boom, 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 boom,
post.
Boom. Now, because it's like Wikipedia, any scorned lover can just put whatever they want in there.
You need some moderation.
Right. They could be like, yo, he threw hands, or he got a small peepee, or he slept with my sister, or woke up in the middle of the night and he had shampoo bottles in places he shouldn't have had them. Here's how you cross-reference on Lunatic Log. Anybody who is on Lunatic Log, or anybody who would like to post on Lunatic Log, has got to give us 3 personal references. And we are going to call those references and talk about that person before we allow them to post.
Okay. All right.
Right. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yes.
And once Jimmy Johnson is put on the Lunatic Log, we will alert him. There's got to be a way to I'm going to say the person who posted, listen, I got to let this dude know that he was put on there. So maybe like a Reddit where somebody puts the thing out, and then you can come in and you can try to explain yourself.
This sounds like a sexual offender list.
It's not going to be that. Listen, put it this way. Let's say there's a guy out there who's got game and he can schmooze people, but he's an absolute terrible person.
Yes.
We need to let people know that.
It's not a bad
He may
idea.
not be a child molester, but if he's an abuser or, likes to listen to Coldplay or Bon Jovi, don't you think people should know that? Like, you think a girl, he's so cute, but then you're like, he likes Bon Jovi. You're out.
Fucking Kid Rock fan.
Nope.
Pass on that.
Not only is he cute, got a good job, and he loves the KID. Fucking dude's a national treasure. The Lunatic Log. So I'm gonna find that clip, and we're gonna throw that out. We started to do that, and then we got off of it because we got crazy for a couple weeks. But we've got 2 clips coming your way: Lunatic Log and the phone roulette with my mother. We haven't played phone roulette in a long time.
Yeah.
It's 7:58. Coming up after we talk to Kevin about my stag party, we are going to have a explain. Do we have an explain yourself?
We have an explain yourself. Yes.
We have an explain yourself tonight, and we also are going to. I'm on a soapbox tonight because I'm angry. I'm upset.
I can't wait to hear this one.
I am just fed up with the hypocrisy of famous people and them just being complete and utter fuck faces.
Yeah,
which I think is a good word for that.
This was a good pick.
For those of you tuning in for the first time to Live with Johnny, because you saw that I'm going to have Coach Chris Anderson on, you saw I had a Coach Mike Wilson on, and you're thinking to yourself, what did I get myself into? Welcome. Come for the laughter. Stay for the laughter. You're going to love it. Go back and watch our past shows. And if you go to our livewithjohnny.com, you can find all the ways to connect to us, which is the YouTube and the this, the that's, and the other things. Before we call Kevin, but please, guys, and also those of you who are already on these pages, invite your friends, tell your friends, ring the bell, tell the people. Mentions. I have a great poll we're going to be putting up later tonight or tomorrow morning. Not a poll, but more of a question, because I was thinking about it today and I want to hear what people say. Plus, I want to make fun of some people next week. or not next week, but the week after.
What about the new thing you were talking about that we were going to be on? Are you talking about that an hour later?
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. No, we have time. We have time.
Okay. Because watching you before the show, too.
I don't know how to use it. I've never posted on it. I'm going to learn. I don't like it at all. I think
you look like you liked it a little bit.
Because I'm trying to figure it out. But Live with Johnny now has its own TikTok page. Jesus. And from what I understand about TikTok, now I haven't posted anything. A couple of people have saw it and have, I guess, liked our page or subscribed or followed, whatever you call it on the tick of talk. But we are going to get there, and Live with Johnny's going to have some TikToks, which I think we could put clips on too, but you're going to have to learn that as well. But we'll all learn it together.
Yeah, they're short,
I think
right?
you can send me the clips, and then I can put them on but whatever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But I also learned that in order to go live on TikTok, you need to have 1,000 likes or 1,000 followers or this, that, or something or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. So before we call Kevin, Dave, one of my other best men, just posted, "This is bullshit. I'm planning Vegas. Don't be so selfish." All of a sudden, it's not about me. It's about him. Because we're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. All right. You ready to find out about my stag party?
I'm ready.
Let's call Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Now, if you don't know Kevin, he's a very handsome man. He's like the Ocean State job lot version of Troy Aikman. He's very handsome.
Ooh.
Very handsome.
I wish I had a picture of him.
Yeah. He's like Troy Aikman if you ordered him on Wish. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, the dollar version.
Gotcha. $1. Nah, Kev's like $2.50, maybe $3. All right, here we go. Kev, coming in hot.
Is he gonna answer?
He better. We've been planning this all day.
What's up?
You are, baby. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. First things first, tell us what you're wearing.
I don't know. T-shirt. Steamboat T-shirt.
A what?
Steamboat T-shirt.
Steamboat. Like Ricky the Steamboat? Ricky the Steamboat?
Ricky the Steamboat, yeah. Only like in Colorado on a ski mountain. But it could be like Ricky the Steamboat. Remember him?
Obviously, man. Him and the Macho Man Savage matches were some of the most classic.
Is he alive? Most of those guys are dead.
I don't know. I think they might all could be dead. So first of all, thank you for agreeing to be one of my best men, because you are a great man. Kevin, when I was in the hospital with COVID, was one of the first people to call me, and he may not admit it, but there were tears in his thoughts because he was worried I was going to croak, as was I. So I always took that very nicely. Hey, Bunk just posted on Facebook, "This is bullshit. I'm planning Vegas. Don't be so selfish."
He's sticking with that.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Hardcore.
Well, Kevin,
for the record, I'm always have tears in my thoughts because I always think you're going to croak. So
Nice.
There's a fat joke. We're a minute in, we got a fat joke. Listen, my arteries are my arteries. I'll do to them what I will. The floor is yours. You said you had the announcement. I'm going to sit back. I told everybody that I haven't heard anything about this yet, so I'm going to shut up. You're going to talk. Let me hear it.
So I got a little story first. Is that all right?
Brother, you're fucking a
I
cat.
read
I'm just holding the
about
tail.
this lost relative of yours, Ruggiero Diodato. Do you hear of him? Remember him? You know him?
Say that again?
Ruggiero Diodato. He's a long-lost relative of yours. Came from Italy. Born in Italy. Lived in Italy.
Okay.
Until he came to the United States. So the reason why I say about the story is Diodato directed a film called The Last Cannibal World. You ever hear of it?
No.
It's a very controversial film, banned in many countries. It's very relevant because two things. One, Diodato, a relative of yours, created the cannibal world in 1977. John Diodato was also created in 1977.
No, Jesus.
Diodato films had a cult following with some sick individuals, just like this show.
That's funny.
All right? And the last thing that connects Diodato to Diodato is Diodato was born on May 7th, 1939. That date has zero significance in the world for anything important, ever. Trust me, I researched it. May 7th was a nothing day, forever, in the entire world. has nothing exciting attached to that day until now. Until this year, May 7th, 2022. That all changes.
Uh-oh.
Right now, you're hearing first, May 7th, 2022. Diodato Stag Party, not Diodato, Diodato, Saturday, May 7th, 2022, at the Elks Lodge in Naugatuck. Rubber Ave. There you have it. It's going to be a full house. Get your tickets early.
Damn. May 7th is a Saturday at the Elks. I like that.
May 7th at the Elks. The usual thing. Booze, raffles.
Fantastic.
I heard there's going to be autographs by John Diodato on your Guns N' Roses t-shirts.
Hey, yo. That's awesome. That's very exciting. But before we get to the stag party, the Ruggiero Diodato thing, you got me thrown for a loop. I kind of want to just stop the whole show now and start researching this and go and watching this film. Where did you come up with this craziness?
So he's got a lot of films. A lot of films this guy had out. Well, they're all sick films, too. I mean, I've never seen any of them. I don't think anybody else has. Again, it has something in common with this show.
Jesus Christ.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, there you go. The Cannibal Holocaust was, I guess that was a big hit.
This guy's a sick son of a bitch.
He is. And he actually changed his name to Diodato just because his family shunned him. I assume that's you.
Listen, I would have loved him. I mean, listen, I'm no fan of the Human Centipede, but I watch his movies.
Some interesting films this guy had.
You have
and
no
that's
idea.
how deep I had to go to find something to date May 7th, because there's nothing else.
In 1976, he made a movie called Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man.
Yes.
What?
I think that was the most popular film, too.
He looks like Larry David.
Kev, that's pretty amazing.
That's intense.
First of all, thank you for putting in so much time and research to get my stag party taken care of. I mean, that's when I thought you were going to go above and beyond. I had no idea you were going to do homework. That's pretty impressive. Is this guy alive? Can we get him to go?
He's alive.
He is alive. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm reaching out to his people, and they're not getting back to me yet.
I'm reaching out to him too. I got to have him a minimum on the podcast.
Address him by his other name, though.
His other name is Monsieur Cannibal. Holy Jesus. Kev.
Phantom of Death. Oh, he was part of Hostel. He made a cameo appearance in Hostel Part 2.
No kidding.
Christmas. And May 7th is, dude, I got to tell you.
That's crazy, dude.
you guys are some interesting folks. Kev, when can we, Dave Bunk he just put 6 a.m. flight, May 8th, might be rough. Dude, he's out of control. Out of control. Kev, when can people expect to see the tickets? When can I start selling them for the peoples?
So we're going to have them in any day now. We're going to have virtual tickets as well, so you can Venmo and get a virtual ticket on your phone. So we're high tech here.
Awesome. So as soon as we get all that information and everything, we get it like a label or something. We'll put it out onto the Facebook.
Yeah, we'll have it soon. We'll have real printed tickets any day now, and the virtual tickets set up. We're going to, I think we're going to Venmo your brother because that's the easiest Venmo to Rob Diodato. Right. I'll have it sent to you as soon as I get it.
Awesome. And
You know it.
I mean, I obviously 1,100% know that your father's going to go, and I think for like old time's sake, he should choke me.
He'll be there. And, well, that might be in one of those snuff films he did.
The two best stories. Kev, you got a minute? Can you stay on the phone for 2 more minutes?
Yeah, I'm good. My bourbon's still full.
Well,
Nice.
Yeah. Listen, I hung out with him. That won't last long. They go pretty quick. 2 stories. What about Kevin's mom? What about Kevin's dad? First of all, and I'm like 12 years old. We're trying to.
First of all, my mom's not coming. I don't care what you say.
It's my stag party. I'm like 12 years old. Kevin's dad's my baseball coach. And as you can imagine, I was a little bit of a wise ass. And Kevin's dad, who, I love to death and he loves me to death. One day, I could be a total dick, total pester, and I'm 12 years old. So I've heard. So he's going to leave practice one day in his truck. First of all, Big Clint had a powder blue truck, which I'll never forget. He had this powder blue pickup truck, and I get on the back to like jump up and down like something's wrong or something. This dude had it with me so much that he just he throws it in park, gets out of the truck, walks back, puts his hand, which at the time I weigh what, Kev? 37 pounds soaking wet. And just puts
was a long time ago.
puts his, and this dude's a grizzly. He's Grizzly Adams. He puts his hand around my neck, picks me up in the air, and he's like, don't ever do that again, and puts me back down on the ground. Like, I was fearing for my life. Like, his hand was so big that his fingers wrapped, like, his thumb went back to his pinky knuckle. That's how it was absolutely nuts.
I bet you never did it again.
Dude, to this day, I see him.
It only took one.
To this day, I see him at Kev's house. I'm like, hello, sir. How are you? Is there anything I can do for you?
I just got a text and I feel terrible now.
Why? What happened?
Guess what else is May 7th?
What else is May 7th?
Paulie and Dolphy's birthday.
Oh!
So it's the second important thing to happen on May 7th that I know of now.
The bad thing about going live, Kev, is I can't go back and edit any of this. So
I know. I feel bad. I have to call him now.
Paul Landolfi, if you're listening, Kevin just told us live on air he will lick the roof of your mouth and say he's sorry.
I said half that.
The second story, your mom, real quick. When my son was born, no, Kevin's mom's not the son of the mother. No. People are getting confused. Listen, my son was about 1.5 years, 2 years old, and I left him home one night, probably with my mom, and went out to the bar. So Kevin's mom and dad are there. Kevin's there. We're having a good time. It's wintertime. And I walk in. Everybody's happy to see me because at the time I wasn't going out much because I was a single dad, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I walk into the bar. Everybody's, hello. And Kevin's mom, she looks at me. She goes, oh, wait. She goes, where's Johnny? Where's the baby? As straight face as I possibly can, I go, he's in the car. And she just looks at me. She goes, what? I go, he's in the car. I'm like, I'm just stopping in for a little while, a couple hours, have a drink, and I walk away. But I said it's so straight faced that, and she's just like, she's looking around, and our buddy Paulie's mom was there. She goes, Johnny said the baby's in the car. She's like, no, he didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
So now she goes over and she's like, to a couple of the girls out where they're like Crystal and Heather. The baby's in the car. Johnny left the baby. It's cold outside. Johnny left the baby in the car. I know he's a new father, but you can't leave a baby in a car. She's like, oh my God. So she comes over to me and she's like, Johnny, you got to get the baby out of the car. Is the baby really in the car? I go, he'll be fine. Relax.
Fine.
I'm going to have like 3-4 beers. Take him home. Everything's going to be fine. Finally, as we circle back to Coach, Kevin's dad comes over to me. Stop messing with my wife. She thinks the kid's really in the car. Could you please go tell her the kid's not in the goddamn car so I don't have to hear about the kid being in the goddamn car anymore? Greatest story ever to this day. People are like, remember the time you told Kevin's mom the baby was in the car?
I believe she believes it. She might still believe it. She
Well,
probably thinks my dad was lying to her too and was there the whole time.
she's like, he's just covering. He's just covering. All right, May 7th at the Elks.
May 7th, the Elks.
Do we know what time it starts? Hello, Kevin. Are you there?
What'd you say? Sorry.
How's that bourbon? Yeah, were you sipping that bourbon?
What'd you say? I didn't hear
He
you.
didn't say no. What time does that start?
6:30.
6:30. All right.
6:30.
That sounds awesome. I really appreciate all the time and effort you guys are putting in. And to those of you who watch us and to those of you who want to go, hit us up for tickets. Kevin's going to get us more information. There's going to be Venmo. There's going to be tickets, blah, blah, blah. And again, Kev, what are you more surprised about? That I'm getting married or that I'm related to Ruggiero Diodato?
Oh, I totally get his taste and your taste line up, so I believe that.
It's all right, Kev. I thought
the rest of it is a little mystifying.
I know. I thought I was
I'm
going
happy for you, though. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I thought I was.
Not so much her, but you, definitely.
Well, real funny. Real funny. Real fun. I'm a prize. I could be somebody's prize.
Yep.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kevin, my self-esteem coach, live on air. Jesus Christ. Kevin, I love you. We're going to let you go. Thank you for all the information. And let's do beers soon.
Absolutely. Thanks.
And tell Bunk there'll be no putting a pillowcase over my head and kidnapping me like I'm B.A. Baracus and putting me on an airplane.
We were thinking more like old school.
No.
With the band and everything, the whole thing. And I don't know about Vegas so much. You're not a Vegas guy. I'm thinking more New Orleans. Maybe Nashville.
Dude,
That's where all the bachelorette parties go.
at this point, I think antiquing on a Sunday. Maybe we'll just go up Route 7 a little bit, see if we can find some stuff.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Elephant's drunk.
Yeah. No, actually, we were just talking about my honeymoon, and Amy and I are going to go see 10 baseball games in 2 weeks, and we're going to go to a bunch of different stadiums. And she just agreed last night that we could stop at Kid Rock's bar in Nashville.
That's awesome.
Yo, Kev, the new album came out today. Kirk doesn't want me to keep talking about it. He thinks we're going to lose listeners. But Kid Rock's new album came out today. Download it, listen to it. It's unbelievable.
I heard he had an interview the other day. He said he's uncancelable because he just doesn't give a fuck.
That's right. He's uncancelable. And like he says, because he's not beholden to anybody. But I can't talk about Kid Rock anymore, Kev, because if I do, I'm going to get yelled at.
All right, get up.
All right. Thank you very much. I love you.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye. Kevin, everybody.
Hey, that was Kevin, guys.
That was Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Speaking of Kevin, we'll give him a great plug. He is down there at McDermott Chevrolet and Lexus. Best deals around, best cars around, best people to deal with. Easy, no fuss, no muss.
No muss.
Get down there and go see them. Also, don't forget that tonight's show is sponsored and brought to you in its entirety by Field Street Furniture. And it's only funny, and I know you don't know Dave, but you don't put it past the dude. The Cole cock me, put a pillowcase over my head, and I wake up in Deer Creek, Indiana.
I love that.
You know what I mean? It's cuckoo bird conversations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Kevin. We got the information on my stag party. That was pretty awesome. Don't forget, a week from tonight, we're going to be live at Tuck's with head football coach Chris Anderson of the Naugatuck Greyhounds, his staff, and some other dignitaries and a couple other surprises. Excuse me. Be sure to tune in and never tune out. Well, Kirk, Michael, it's that time of the night where you're going to ask me to explain myself. You go ahead. The microphone is yours.
So I'm building up a little stash, which is fun, of pictures, news snipping.
I thought you were going to say nudes.
No, maybe not. But this one was sent to me, as most of these pictures were, by your lovely mother, the aforementioned.
You said newspaper clippings. I know what's coming up.
No, this is the napkin thing.
Oh, okay. All right. That'd be a good one.
So
what the?
One, so this
Can people see that right now?
This one stuck with me because I was trying to. Don't tell me what your age was. I'm going to take a guess and say you were 8, 9, 10. And I think at that point, you have a little bit of control over what you're wearing. So please explain the outfit. Give me something. The jorts, the suspenders. Do you remember? Do you know? Do you have any context?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
First, let me give you the wrong answer.
All right.
I think what you're seeing in this picture is a young man who's finally realizing he's got more game than Nintendo. And
right.
He just knows he's going to slay the world with his charm. I think that's what you're seeing here, right? Would you agree?
No. This looks like a kid that's never going to have sex in his life. So I'm surprised.
I was just going to say, at about almost this age, I had a hernia. No joke. And I had the surgery.
Did you?
I can see why, because I'm pulling those things up so high.
Your balls got to be getting crushed in those things.
Look at those. Those are a good 4 to 5 inches away from my kneecap. Those would not be appropriate. I couldn't go to high school with those today.
What was the occasion? Do you remember? Or this is, you don't even recall what was happening here? I'm just wondering, like, were you going somewhere? Or
No. Let me...
Should we call your mom and ask?
No. Little known fact about myself. When I was a younger man, I used to love to impersonate and do impressions.
Okay.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this was my hybrid of this is funny. This is my hybrid of doing Robin Williams as Mork and Pee Wee Herman, because I would use both outfits to do both. Now, you'd say, John, that doesn't look like Pee Wee Herman. I would say, I know, but how many kids that age have a gray suit with a red bow tie just hanging around?
Did you also masturbate in a movie theater like Pee Wee Herman did?
Twice.
Also, look at what McLean said.
What he said. Urkel.
No, look what McLean said on it.
What was your bully's name? Yo, Matt McLean, I got out of the truck today. I got home from work, and he's our neighbor. I got out of the truck. I shut the door. I started walking into the house.
Yeah.
He was coming the other way and blared the horn, and I didn't see him. Dude, about gave me a heart attack. I almost shit my pants. Could have been Urkel at that time because I could have been I did a
You
killer
do an
Urkel.
Urkel, you think?
Listen.
You think this is the full send on Urkel?
I used to be so good at impressions. Let me give you my top, right? My top impressions.
Well, just do it.
No.
What?
Not tonight's not the night for that. We're running out of time.
Okay.
My top
names.
impressions, okay? And I'm talking dead on. You wouldn't even know. Ready?
Yep.
I'll give you 5. Pee Wee Herman, Stevie Wonder, Robin Williams. Who did I say first?
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Stevie
The
Wonder.
Cowardly Lion,
Wizard of Oz.
from the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And Urkel was a good one, but I also used Kermit the Frog. And I used to and Eddie Murphy. I used to do when Eddie Murphy Raw came out. I used to
Raw was.
I would come out.
That was sick, dude.
And I go, yo, little Eddie got a joke to tell. And I come out in the living room. And I forget how it goes, but and the lion took the ball and then he kicked him in the ding ding.
And he kick him in the ding.
Kick him in the ding ding. Oh man, I used to do killer impressions. We one night we should do like we should maybe do something like that. But I'd have to.
I think you've let Kermit slip a couple times during
a
show. I think I've heard that. Yeah.
I'd have to do. I'd have to really. Oh, you know who else? John Travolta. I used to do a killer John Travolta.
Give me
Barbarino. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna die. You're gonna crack up. Dude, it was all. I used to. It was great. It was great.
Barbarino.
Well, yeah. What do you mean, Mr. Carter? It was phenomenal.
Jesus.
Dude, it was so good.
Cotter.
I was Welcome Back, Cotter was a great show.
Great show.
It was phenomenal. All right. Mm-hmm. Did I explain myself well enough? Let me tell you something.
I'm okay with that.
That picture should make its way around someday. That is
crazy, dude. Your poor testicles.
I'm keeping them hostage.
Apparently.
Let me tell you.
Maximum security.
Those testicles are prisoners of war right there.
Holy shit,
and
dude.
It's the 80s. So I'm wearing tidy whities, right? They're probably underoos at the time. So there's nothing going on down there. That means they're just struggling. I mean, if you could hear them
screaming.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, that is great.
Get out of here. Amy, the beautiful Amy says, I do a killer Forrest Gump. I really do.
That I've heard too. Yeah, I'll
heard.
back you up on that. Yep, that's good.
I didn't bring any water with me tonight, or else I'd bang out a little Forrest Gump tonight. But maybe we'll do we'll think of something. I also have something else I want to announce tonight that I literally just thought of on the way here. So I'm just going to announce it at the end, or announce it now. Should I do soapbox now or announcement?
It's up to you, dude. If you're feeling it, get it out.
I'm feeling it. When we had Coach Mike Wilson on, the Naugatuck boys basketball coach, who wonderful human being this man is, we got to talking about hoops and how I could hoop. I could hoop. I used to be able to hoop. I mean, now it looks like I'm wearing a basketball, but I got game.
You got game?
Now, the thing about my game is I haven't lost a game of horse since 1988. Okay?
I feel a challenge coming on.
So a bunch of people were like, challenge, I'll beat you, this, that, and the other thing. Now, Amy and JoJo, they get so mad. Like last spring, we went out and we're playing, and they get so mad at me because I shoot with one hand. They call it cheating. I don't know why they call it cheating, but they do.
No, that's legit,
So,
I think.
Todd Nyhill says, looks like the female-male NCAA swim champ. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But dude, just one comment of the night. There's a place, indoor hoop place that you can rent, right? And anybody can rent it for like $20, $40 or something for a couple hours. We are going to have the first ever Live with Johnny horse competition.
Okay.
And it's not going to be to benefit anything. It's just going to be a straight up, you're going to buy in, and we're first, second, and third places are going to win the money.
Payout.
Yeah. And I think we'll limit it to like 20 people. So the first 20 people to sign up for the first ever, the inaugural Live with Johnny horse competition. We got to think of a better name.
I was just going to say, let's come up with something clever, but that's fine for now. Horse off? I don't know.
Whoa. Nope. The only problem with that is if I do lose,
It's
good.
yeah. Because I can't play, so I'll just film.
I won't lose.
All right.
I won't lose.
Okay.
I won't lose, dude. I got one hand. I almost said I got one hand stroke. I got one hand stroke. Dude,
Money.
It's money.
Money.
The only thing I need to prepare for a proper getting a W at horse is it's got to be a real basketball. It can't be heavy. It can't be too light. It's got to be the actual regulation.
Ball. Yep.
Excuse me. And 10 minutes of warm up.
That's fair.
That's all I need.
That's acceptable.
So if you yourself are interested in trying to take the crown, if you want a shot at the title, if you want to come after the champ, if you think you could beat me in the game of horse, throw your name in the ring.
Bring it,
brother.
Yeah, brother. All right, now you're all fired up.
All right, now we're all fired up. I want to get to my soapbox moment of the night. This fucking dope that we're showing on the camera. I literally read this. I literally read this.
Can't even look.
In your driveway as I got here. I was a little early, so I stopped. Let me just go through the internet real quick, clear my head. You know, blah, blah, blah. Yo, Matt says I'm coming in 19th place. I'll get back to that, Matthew.
Oof.
That means you're coming in 20th. Oof. At least you saved your spot. Sorry, Sexual Chocolate. I love you. This dope. Listen, you know I love Kid Rock. You know I love Axl Rose. I don't give a shit about their politics. I don't give a shit. Kid Rock wants to shoot guns and smoke weed, and Axl Rose wants everybody to hug and love, and Donald Trump's a mean guy. I don't agree with all of their politics. I don't care about all their politics, but most importantly, I don't want to fucking hear about your politics, okay? This dope, who we got the picture up there, first of all, hypocritical son of a bitch, made her career by offending people, being offensive, making fun of people, and saying low down and dirty shit. And she's out there saying, you know what she says? I'm hosting the Grammys. Okay, first of all, Kevin Hart got kicked off whatever he got kicked off because of some of the shit he says, but because Amy Schumer wants in all of a sudden, because all of a sudden she makes Kotex commercials, which good for you, lady. I'm glad. I don't care what you do. But you made a career off of being mean, rude, and crude. Now you got the Oscars gig. And you know what she had the balls to say? I'm trying to get the president of the Ukraine on the Oscars that night, whether in person or video. Because I believe because we'll have a lot of viewers. And plus, I have a couple of jokes that can maybe bring awareness.
Oh. God,
you self-indulgent, self-absorbed people are literally running for their lives and dying in the Ukraine. And you want the president of the Ukraine on the Oscars so you can get a couple of good jokes you wrote on there? First of all, newsflash, you haven't been funny since 2010. You haven't been relevant since 2015. And now the fact that you're all woke and you're ready and you're sensitive, you can't go back. You want to get everybody else in trouble for the shit that they said in their past? I don't know how you're not getting your curmudgeons right now. I don't know how you're not having to pay the piper, because everybody eventually does. But the fact that you would even invoke the Ukraine or even try to use the Ukraine to get your name into the paper or get more people to watch the Oscars is beyond me. More importantly, the people at home, if you vote, think, or do anything like that of importance because of what your favorite pop star, comedian, actor, or whatever thinks, you're doing life wrong. You're in the wrong spot in life. You need to talk to somebody. Get online. Find a therapist. Do not vote for people because Axl Rose told you or because George Clooney told you. If you're doing it because they told you to do it, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it for wrong reasons. And you are absolutely 100% totally neglecting your responsibility as a goddamn human being. Soapbox is over.
Oh. Applause? Done? That's it?
Yeah, we're done. I'm
Okay.
done.
All
Because
right.
I saw myself going down a path. It's been a while since I did a soapbox.
That was intense, bro. Woo! That was a lot.
It's ridiculous.
It's fine.
Matt McLean says, bet money, son. Listen, I will bet money. I will bet that I place better than you. Dude, I don't know if people understand how money I am at horse. They just don't.
Maybe they've never seen you play. I mean, it's a unique skill. I don't know.
I think we should do it on like a Sunday night. Or maybe a Monday night. I got it all figured out. We're not going to do nothing live there, but, blah, blah, blah. What therapist do I use, he says. Can't remember his first name, but his last name's Jameson.
It's a funny guy.
I'd get you his number, but you can pretty much find him in any day liquor store. Great show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the next time we see you, it will be live from Tuck's Tavern next Monday night. Please remember that it is a private event. It's closed to the public just because we need to control the content and the sound and all that stuff. Don't take it personal. But that's when you'll see us live. You're going to see the coach, Coach Chris Anderson, the head football coach of Naugatuck Greyhounds, and his staff there. More importantly, not more importantly, I don't know why I even said that. Well, more importantly is that they're going to try the Cajun Butters. That could be more important. Live on air, they will be trying the Cajun Butters. Tux also has a large announcement they'd like to share that night. We are looking forward to it. We'll see you all then. Stay safe, stay happy. Text somebody, call somebody, ask them how they're doing. 3 most important words in the English language. Just ask them, how are you? Not somebody you spoke to today, not somebody you spoke to yesterday, somebody who you haven't spoken to. See where they're at, check where their head's at, ask them how they're doing. Bright eyes, I'm coming home. I love all of you. Peace.